Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Earlier today, Obsidian dropped a brand new massive patch for Avowed. It was reported a couple of weeks ago that sales for the game have been solid, Microsoft is happy, and consequently, Obsidian plans to continue supporting the title through patches for now, and they are planning to do DLC. This patch, again, it's very, very large. It's got a bunch of things regarding bugs, fixes, stability changes, frame rate changes, quest issues that they have addressed, all sorts of things. So there will be a link in the description for the full patch notes because I'm certainly not going to get to all of that in this video. Also, keep in mind that for this video, you can just listen if you would prefer. Most of what you see on the screen is not necessarily going to correlate with what I actually talk about. And on a final note, here at Slandered Gaming, we absolutely focus on CRPGs. We play through Avowed because it relates to Pillars of Eternity. I am going through a series walking through all the classes in Pillars of Eternity Deadfire right now. So if that kind of content interests you, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. All right, the first thing that's in this patch that I thought you all would really want to know about is that now we're going to get extra talent points as we level up. So every 5 levels, you're going to get 2 talent points instead of 1. I have no idea what made them decide to implement this change, but hey, I'm all about it. More talent points is always a cool thing. If you load up a save that is past the point in which you would have gotten an extra talent point to use, you'll automatically receive it. So you do not have to start a brand new game in order to take advantage of this. In addition, they've added a bunch of changes regarding font sizes, HUD customization, third-person field of view slider, and full controller keybind support. So there's a lot of quality of life and accessibility options that weren't available before that you should be able to jump into the game and find now. So definitely check them out. See if they make your playthrough a little bit better. Also, one of the big issues that a lot of people have complained about is feeling like some of the bounties were broken, as in they would kill the monster associated with it, but they either could not loot that monster or the quest would not update, and consequently they were unable to turn it in. I never had that issue, but it was definitely something I heard about multiple times. Another thing that has been cleared up is Marius's training offer. So all of the party members, if you talk to them enough and get close enough to them, will offer you an opportunity to train, and it will increase specific characteristics based on which option that you choose. Many people had reported for whatever reason they were unable to get Marius's training to properly trigger. Again, I didn't have that issue. He trained me no problem, but definitely something I heard about. Those issues should now be cleared up, and it should be much easier for you to convince Marius that you are someone he should train. And since we're on the subject of companions, companions with the shocked effect no longer electrocute the player when nearby. I am so happy about this change. I can't tell you how many times this impacted me during my playthrough. So basically, if you use a shock weapon, then of course, there's the possibility that you're going to shock things in the environment, like water, right? And if your party members are standing in that water, then they would get the shocked effect along with enemies. Well, if those party members then came close by you, the shock effect would kind of reach out and attack you as well, draining some of your health, making it dangerous for you to get back into the water, all kinds of really annoying things. And this continued even after combat. So basically you would have to try to figure out a way to separate yourself from your companions while they had the shock effect, just so that they wouldn't end up killing you. And so really happy that this is no longer a concern and I can use shock to my heart's content without having to worry about that. The fighter ability Into the Fray can now be canceled into other actions sooner, improving its combat potential. I don't use fighter all that much, but I know a lot of you do, and so I figured you'd want this information to know that it's easier now to use Into the Fray with some of the other abilities that you have access to. What I did use a lot in my playthrough was pistols, and this patch now makes pistols able to hit their targets much more reliably. I have no idea what that means. I never had an issue hitting targets with my pistols at all. In fact, I feel like I was able to hit targets very, very reliably already. So not sure what issue this is that's supposed to be addressed. I haven't heard, or I haven't seen the comments rather under my videos with people having issues with pistols and not being able to aim with them. So if anybody watching this video has some perspective on this, definitely leave it down below. But apparently the patch is supposed to make the aiming with pistols a little bit cleaner. And then the final thing that I'll mention, I'm just going to throw it out here because it's something that came up during the live stream. There's a quest that'll occur during the last act where you're going to meet a dwarf named Amelia, and if you complete her quest properly, then she's supposed to give you a key to her chest. That never happened for me. I actually reloaded a couple of times and could not get it to happen, and this patch actually addresses that and makes it so that Amelia will now always give the key to her camp's chest. So I'm sure that's good information and good to know for a lot of us who were very, very confused as to why we were not able to open the chest behind her. Those are all the notes that I set aside regarding the patch, but again, it's massive. There's a lot of stuff that will be spoiler related that I chose to leave out of here that you might still be very interested in if you're already in the game. So once again, highly recommend you go ahead and click that link down in the description, see the full patch notes for yourself, and get an idea of how the game has changed. I definitely plan to continue covering this game with its patches and with any DLC announcements that come out. And sooner or later, after I clear off a couple of things on my docket, I do plan to go ahead and do a second playthrough of the game, siding more with the Steel Garrote and seeing how much changes in the game based on that type of playthrough. So once I've done that, I'll drop a video giving you all my overall thoughts on the experience. But anyway, that's the full video. Let me know your thoughts down below. If there's any other content regarding Avowed that you would really like to see, definitely let me know that as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care.